Welcome to our 2022 Avenger 16 RD. We're going to start right in the back bumper here. If you just kind of reach in, pull that cap out of there. Inside of that back bumper, you're going to find your sewer hose. Just take note of those two ears right there. That's how we'll be hooking it up to your sewer system. And the hose itself, once fully extended, is about 20 feet long. We're just keeping it stored in the back bumper here, just to help keep any sort of stench out of the unit, keep things a little bit fresher for you, and that cap presses into place. In this corner, as well as in each corner of the trailer, you're going to find a stabilizer jack. What these guys are going to do, they're just going to run down, contact the ground, give it another turn or so just to firm it up, and that'll just get rid of any sort of bounce or sway that you see you got in the unit right now, just to keep things firm while you're out camping. Straight up from there, you're going to find a cable and satellite inlets. Just a coax cable is going to plug into there. It'll fire up at your TV location. A couple of steps forward, and we've got the exhaust for your furnace. So if you're ever running a furnace, you just want to make sure it's not blocked off. It does get hot. And another little step forward, and we've got your park power here. So you're just going to pop that on open. You got a little notch in the bottom corner there. It's going to line up with this notch here. So you're just going to press that into place, give it a little 1/8 turn, that'll lock it down, and then you get the threaded collar in the back there to really hold it in place. Following the short cord back, you're going to find a standard 30 amp end. Most campsites are going to have that. You can just plug straight on in and you're good to go. We do also provide you with a 15 amp adapter, so if you're looking to plug in at home to a standard household outlet to charge your batteries or run your fridge, you've got the power to do so. Another couple steps back, we've got your low point drains here. So just these caps are going to unthread from there. They'll open up the water lines and allow them to drain themselves out. Purpose of that would be if you're leaving the trailer for a while and you don't want your water going stale or stagnant, or if you're about to winterize the unit, you just want to make sure that all your water is getting out before you pump the antifreeze through. Back a little ways from there, you've got your sewer system. So that cap there, you're just going to kind of press it in, turn it, you can pull it off. On the left, you got a black valve. That black valve is controlling your black tank, which is filled from your toilet. That's of course going to be your dirtiest water, so we'll be dumping that first. On the right here, you've got a gray valve. That gray valve is controlling your gray tank. Gray tank is filled from your sinks as well as your showers. Typically cleaner water. We'll be dumping that last just to help keep that hose as clean as possible. Up from there, we've got your exterior shower. So you're gonna get a key just like this guy here. So we can stick that on into there, open her up. You see you get the standard head and the standard 3-foot hose, hot and cold water. So if the dog's out getting muddy, you can spray him off before he gets inside. Closing that back up, it's just the same way, locking her down. Right ahead of there, we've got your city water connection. So just your water hose is going to plug into there, turn on the water. It'll pressurize the water lines throughout the unit. Your storage compartment here. So as you open that up, you just get the little finger on the side there, holds it open. And then it is just wide open, see straight through to the other side. This is also accessible from underneath your bed. Around front of the unit, this little black box here is housing your battery. So as long as you're plugged into that short cord in the back or your 7-pin to your tow vehicle, that battery is charging for you. The propane tank is just a standard barbecue style tank. Just turning that valve to open her up, as simple as that. Around the other side of the unit, you've got a Furion solar panel plug-in right there. So just a Furion solar panel plug into there, automatically charges your batteries. Other end of your storage compartments here, your water hose as well as that park adapter I was telling you about. So your 30 amp cord into there, 15 amp to a standard outlet. Inside here, you will also find your vacation or attic room that the customer has opted to go with. And then right behind that, we've got the little manual jack here for all of your stabilizers. All these little white clips that you see down the side of the trailer, those are for holding up the skirt for that attic room. You're also going to find a little bottle opener here. Straight down below that, you've got your water heater. So just that keyway there, you're going to line it up and then you can pop it on open. All of your controls for firing this guy up are just inside of the unit. Before you ever fire it up though, you just want to hit this relief valve right there. Make sure that shot of water comes out. That bit of water coming out is just letting you know this guy's full. It's safe to fire it up. You're not going to burn anything out by doing so. Once we do get inside and fire it up on propane, I will be going over a reset procedure, and the button that I'll refer to is just right here. Right beside your hot water tank, we've got your fresh water connection. So just that cap's going to unscrew. You take your water hose and stick it into there, turn on the water, that fills up your fresh water tank. Alright, beside that, we've got a GFI protected outlet. So if you're looking to have, TV, coffee, toast outside, you have the power to do so. 2 exterior speakers here, and right up from there you're also going to find a little range vent. So of course, propane stove is putting off fumes whenever you're using it, so you want to make sure this flap here is opened up so that your fan inside can evacuate all of your fumes. Once you're done, if you just kind of push this guy into place, you'll feel it kind of click in, and that's just going to close it off, prevent any dust from kicking up in there. As marked by this sticker here, we've got our freshwater tank drain right down here. So just that cap unscrews, drains out the freshwater tank. Towards the back of the unit, right in the corner, you've got this little leash latch here. So if you've got the dog with you, you can tie him down. And then in the back of the unit, we just got your spare tire. And straight up in the center there, we've got a pre-wired mount for an observation camera. So now we'll just make our way inside of the unit here. Assist handle just up 90 degrees, falls into place. And if we just grab your step, pull it straight out, flip that step over, Then we can open up the door. The door is just on a friction hinge, so it just sits wherever you leave it. As we get inside, first things first, right on the left, you've got your fire extinguisher, so that's standard. Pull the pin, point, and shoot. This little black box beside it is an LP detector, so propane's heavier than air. It'll sit on the floor. This guy will detect it and start going off just like your smoke detector would. Up from there, you've got your monitor system as well as your panel. So that light switch on the right does this one entry light here. The rest of the lights throughout the unit are on the own center push buttons. The light switch on the left, if you turn that on, does your awning light outside. Your awning itself is on this switch here. So we press and hold the bottom of that switch, that awning will make its way out. And once that awning is fully extended, you're going to see a little white flap come down as well as the black of the metal tube. And on this unit, you will also be seeing the flap for the adder room there. So there's our flap. A little sticky today. There we go. And there's our tube, and there's our flap, so we'll stop right there. It's just a bunch of my tools, it's not your trailer, I promise. Alright, so with that awning fully extended, if it were to start raining, it's going to be holding water, so what you can do is grab either arm, front or rear, and you're just going to pull down on it, and you can see that changes the pitch of the awning out at the head, allowing water to then run off. If you like that angle better, because it does give you more shade, you can do the same thing with the arm up front. Before you bring it back in though, you just want to make sure they're back out straight and fully extended, just so that we're not running the risk of bending anything. And so now we'll just bring that guy back in. And another thing to keep in mind with your awning is it does catch a lot of wind, so once you get up to about 15-20 kilometers an hour wind, you want to bring it back in, again, just so you're not running the risk of bending your arms. And once that guy's fully closed, the motors will just lock in place and hold it up against the trailer. There we go. So straight up from your awning switch, this red switch on the right there, that's your water heater. So turn that switch on, that's what's going to fire up your water heater on propane. That light there will come on, letting you know the ignition sequence will start. Once that light goes out, the sequence is started. It'll try that 3 times. If after that third try it hasn't fired up, this light's going to come back on and it's going to stay on. At that point, we'll be going and using that reset button that we'd shown you. So stood right here, you can hear the click of the igniter and the whir of the flame. We know that tank is good. On the left there, you've got your water pump switch. So turn that switch on, turns on the water pump, drawing out of your fresh tank to pressurize your lines. Above my head right here, you've got your smoke alarm. There we go. Up on the wall here, we've got a TV backer in the wall right there. So if you're looking to mount a TV, it's going right here. Power outlet for it, antenna outlet for it in the middle here. Right by the wall is going to be your cable and satellite outlet for it. So just coax cables plug into there. Turning your antenna on, you just get a little button right here. Turns on that little green light there, letting you know that antenna's turned on. This right here is just a little access port to your wiring for your awning lights. So nothing to worry about there. Get storage all across the top. Like I said, back here you get a little light. It's just on its own center push button. More storage there. In the back corner here, you've got a emergency exit. So blinds throughout the unit pretty well just sit where you leave them. Pull that red tab to get rid of the screen. Take this handle here, throw it outside, hop on out. And like I said, if you pick up the bed, you do get access to that storage compartment. Right there. And lights. So back in the dinette room here, again, just the same blinds, sit where you leave them. For your windows, you're pulling this tab towards you so that it's sticking straight out inside your windows. For your dinette, if you just take this table here, wiggle it up, you can pop that out of the legs. You take the legs and just lay them down. Take the back cushions here, or the side cushions I guess, to fill in the dinette and create your bed. And into the kitchen here, we've got your microwave up top here. It's pretty standard, just like home. Not much I'm going to teach you there. Down below that, we've got your range vent. So you get your fan on the left. So this is that fan that you want turned on when you have your stove on to evacuate your fumes. You also get a light up here. If you're turning on your stove, you're just going to turn the knob over to light, grab a lighter, she fires right up. I will just say the first time you go to use this or any of your propane system, it will take a minute just to fire up, just because it's got to clear out air out of the propane lines. So accentuate it if you've been away from the unit a bit longer. Back on the wall here, you've got USB outlet as well as a power outlet, some storage here as well. If you're looking to access your water pump for winterization, once it comes time, you just got those 2 screws there. You get access to the water pump right behind there. Some storage above the sink. And right below that, we've got a little light up here. Hot and cold water, of course, mobile head, GFI protected outlets. Down below that is your stereo. It's the power button in the center there, turn it on. Now, zone 1 is your sound bar itself. Zone 2 is your outside set. Get your volume on the right side here, so you have your mute in the right, up in the center, down in the left, and then you get your mode, so you can just cycle through all of that. You get your auxiliary right in the front there. TV, just through the back of the unit. DVD, again, the back of the unit. Bluetooth, connect to your phone, and then back to radio. So I showed you that antenna connection earlier with that little button to turn the antenna on. If you have that antenna turned on, it will also help clear up your stereo signal. Select, it just gets through all your settings. And then on the left side here, you got your seeks as well as your pause and play. USB is just charging. Power button, turn it back off. Storage down below. Access to your hot water tank is right behind this panel here, so you get that one screw, you'd pull that out and you can access that. For this storage compartment here, you just want to be mindful of your drains and your water lines in the back there. Of course, don't want to be breaking those. And then right behind our camera guy here, we've got your fridge. So the travel latch is just on the side there, slide that out of the way. Then you get your fridge down below. So this is a 12-volt fridge, so as long as your battery is charged or charging, this guy is going for you. Temp selection's right across the top there. Freezer up top. And then right above my head, we've got your air conditioner. So temp selection in the back here is pretty well redundant. You're just going to leave that on cool. If heat is there as an option, but it's not actually hooked up because we've got a dedicated furnace. So for the selection here, so you got low fan and low fan again. So that's just moving some air around. There's no cooling involved. Same thing on high fan, just of course using the high fan. Low cool is where the compressor will start cutting in and out, leaving the high fan or low fan on. And then high cool is the exact same thing, compressor in and out, high fan on. Once you're done, you can turn that back off. And then on either end, you just get the little louvers there so you can close off and just kind of control where your air is being shot. Alright, so down below that, we've got the outlet, we've got your furnace itself. So once you do fire up your furnace in just a second here, you'll be able to see in the bottom left corner, there's a little sight glass and you can actually see once that furnace fires up. Beside that, we've got your converter, so just press it top and center, she pops on open. We got all of your breakers on the left side here. Whenever a breaker breaks, it's going to sit in the middle, so just turn it off and then back on. Then on the right side, we get all of your fuses. So for your furnace, you got your thermostat right here. So with that slider all the way over to the left, that's it turned off. With it all the way over to the right, that's max heat. Anywhere in the middle is going to be your temperature selection. So like I said, once this guy fires up, you'll be able to actually see that flame in the bottom left corner there. It'll just take a minute to kind of run the fan and then it'll fire up. One thing I will say real quickly, actually there it goes, you can see that flame there now. And just one thing to keep in mind with this furnace is it is just dumping all of its air right here, so if you're looking to move the air throughout, I do recommend you get yourself a little fan or something to move the air around. With this slider all the way over to the left, you'll hear it click and that'll turn it off. As simple as that. Into the bathroom here. So again, the light's just on its own center push button. The toilet's off to the right side here. Flusher's just on the right side of it. Storage in the back here. GFI protected outlets. A test on the left. Reset on the or in the middle. Hot and cold water at the sink, of course. A little bit of storage down below. And then your shower here is pretty well standard. It's hot and cold water, standard head and hose. Right up above that, we've got your roof vent. So you're just going to turn that knob to open it up. And then in the back corner, you get that button. Turns on the fan. Simple as that. I do believe that is about it for this little guy. If you've got any other questions on the unit, please feel free to give us a call, 204-237-7272.